We have a trader who turned $10,000 into more than $600,000 in just a year. Someone got margin called for more than $300,000, and we have a trader who made more than $60,000 in just a couple of hours, but is still down by more than $200,000 in the past year. And we are starting off with an insane gain by Unknown Fishbowl. No longer a wage slave? Anyone else doing this for a living? Tell me your story. As we can see, in the past year he's up by almost 6,000%, and his account is worth $635,284, which means that he started with just around $10,000 and in less than a year he got it up to more than $600,000. And this gain is even more impressive because he didn't just YOLO his money and randomly made 600k, he was consistently making money through the whole year. 30% of his gains were from options, various puts to be more specific, about 20% from stocks and 50% from index futures. He trades a lot, so he couldn't show all of his positions, but he shared his latest trades. And as we can see, he mostly trades E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures. He's currently trading full time, but before he got to this point he lost everything last year. His account even went to as low as 20k, and originally he started with 170k and is currently at a bit more than 1 million Canadian dollars, including other accounts. He only trades index future now, basically going long or short at support and resistance. Well, huge respects to him, and hopefully he can continue with this insane consistency. And firstly, I want to thank you guys for helping me reach 300 subscribers, and if you're not already subscribed, it would mean a ton to me if you just press that button. It's free and you'll help me out a lot at reaching my new goal of 400 subscribers. Thank you. Next up, we have a huge loss by Bones of AO. He decided to invest his savings when he turned 20 because of this sub. He just turned 21 and here is his year in review. Make this unikid feel bad enough to do something about it. As we can see, he's down by $15,131.05, or around 63%, and he's left with 8.9k. And to be fair, he even had a good start. He got his account from around 24k up to 24.7k, but then his account just started violently dropping. And he got those 24k at just 20 years old, because he worked at a local golf course every day after school between 16 and just before 20. He lost so much because he bought mining, farm, tech and food distribution stocks. And as far as I can tell, he hasn't even touched options, which makes this loss even worse. Feels bad. Anyway, next up we have an insane gain, or a loss actually, depending on how you look at it, by a artista. 60k plus in a couple of hours. Thank you, Paul. As we can see, just today he's up by 96%, or $63,679.44 in total. But at the same time he's down by 62%, or $213,929.05 in the past month. And I think this is the first time I'm seeing a gain and a loss at the same time. He's up by so much because he had a short on the Nasdaq with a leverage of 20. In July he had a total of 3.5k that he made by working. He was counting the supplies in the supermarket and not spending them. And at a time that was a lot for him. Then he said F it and went all in. The last 4 months completely desensitized him from the value of money. He knows that if he loses them he'll be in the same place he was 4 months ago, so he doesn't care. He had in mind to get back at 300k, which is 1000 times of what he put in, and the previous high, and then keep playing around with just 50k, the rest in land. I don't know, it seems like he's just revenge trading at this point, and with a 20-to-1 leverage it's getting quite volatile. I hope he recovers, but at the same time I think it would be better if he just quit trading with such an insane leverage. Anyway, next up we have an insane loss by Path Hands. Can you guys make room for me by the Wendy's dumpster? He got a maintenance call and he needs to deposit $302,667.47 until October the 31st. And he owes the broker so much because he sold a large number of puts on multiple tickers in the late 2021. Market tanked and they've been underwater ever since. The put buyer started exercising them and his account is toasted. He sold puts on various tickers including GME. At the time in late 2021 it seemed like easy money. Stonks only go up, right? And they typically give you a chance to manage it on your own before they take action. In this case he's been given 1 day. The account will indeed be liquidated and he'll have to talk it out about how to handle the rest. They wouldn't have liquidated the account as these were puts he had sold, yet they had not expired. If the market had turned back up, they could have expired worthless and he would have been in the clear and even made money. But instead the put buyer exercised them and the underlying is far less than the exercise price. Also, he sold way too many due to poor risk management, hence the size of the loss. Anyway, he threw the phone away and is diversifying his portfolio by also offering handjobs in the drive-thru. Feels bad. This guy stalks. Not well, but he stalks. Just tell them you are very sorry. Things got out of control and you were drugged by strippers. Obviously you would never go into margin this deep. Anyway, next up we have a huge gain by unrealized. He was actually joking, but when 10:30 hit, he just couldn't help himself. Hey man, buy one call and one put 0 days till expiry at the same time and strike price closest to the middle for SPX at 10:30 AM tomorrow. Sell the first one that doubles in value and ride the other into profit wheel. You're welcome. And he's up by $6,475 because at 11:30 AM he bought a SPX put with a striking price at $3,835 for $28.45. Which he sold for $58.65 at 3:28 PM. And because he bought a SPX call with a striking price at $3,835 for $29.30, which he sold at 2:02 PM for $58. So he basically doubled both of his positions. He started trading in August, so as far as he knows this only works in a bear market. And he even decided to do it again. Now what do you think happened? His greatest unrealized loss was about 8k, but surprisingly he broke even 5 minutes till close. Next we have a huge loss by Sanctioned Bully. If any of you are her boyfriend, don't tell my wife. It still has time to rebound, right? He's down by 85% or $298,668.66 in total. And his position is currently worth $52,000. And he's down by so much because he bought 1000 weekly call options on Amazon with a striking price at $97 and an expiration date on November the 11th. Now here's the funny part. Before he posted this loss, he posted another post on WallStreetBets. Amazon seems oversold on bad news and primed to bounce. $105 weeklies look appealing. Tell me what you guys think so I can take the other trade. And well, he did not inverse WallStreetBets. Half of this YOLO are some savings and inheritance for his kids. He really hopes it comes back up next week, or he'll have some massive explaining to do. Of course he YOLO'd his kids' money. I mean, what did I even expect? But luckily his wife's parents are loaded. His kids are getting like $6 million each when they turn 25. His wife and he get none of it, but he has access to like 500k of it. He grew up poor as but is a decent earner as an adult. He saved up some and won on some other smaller bets. He feels like he could risk 300k to make some money. Now that he's done it and lost it, he's not so sure. His wife is going to be seriously pissed, but it's not like he's jeopardizing his kids' future. Well, unless his kids take up his habits and YOLO their inheritance once they're 25. He ran the calculations and he thinks he needs $100.50 to break even. And right now the stock is trading at $90.98, which means it would have to go up by 11% in the next week. Well, I wish him good luck. And last but not least, we have another huge loss. And it's gone. As we can see, in the past year he's down by 83% or $107,464.92 and is left with around 21k. His chart is just slowly falling. He firstly went from 18k to 112k before blowing things up, and he made that by selling FATA through 2020-2021 on Roku, Meta, AMC, GME and some others. He got assigned on GME CSPs in July of 2021 at 221. He then rode the wave up and down, peaked in November of 2021, and then he got absolutely slammed. Eventually got assigned on covered calls in March of 2022 at 75 and realized a big loss. Then he bought a load of Roku at $91 and he's been getting pounded since. For context, Roku is currently trading at $49.59 and he's just going to keep selling covered calls. He thinks eventually he'll turn a profit. He doesn't think Roku is going anywhere really. Ad spend will come back when the economy does. It's inevitable. He's got 28k of call premium so far, and it really won't even be too long before he fills the Roku hole and start climbing again. And because of his optimism, he drained his 401k to throw into his account to avoid getting margin called. 30k is from his retirement, and he considers his current balance as it being all gone, as he shouldn't have been a and gambled that money too. I mean, he still has a lot of optimism, but I don't think taking up margin is the way to go in this market. Still, I hope he'll recover. And if you want to see how this trader made $312,000 overnight, click on the video that just popped up. And if that is not enough, smash the subscribe button as you'll help me out a lot in reaching my new goal of 400 subscribers by the end of this month. If you have any questions or recommendations, leave them in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.